So, with that said, what I've noticed, I don't know what it is, but every time I sit down to do no bravado, my nose starts running. Just foolishness on the screen. Let me get tissues now.
Yes.
So what's that? Oh, is that the live book thing we did a couple weeks ago at the market?
What did you say, Gal?
At the market that Spotlight's broadcasting.
Say that again.
At the market that Spotlight is broadcasting.
Spotlight are doing what?
Are they broadcasting the market?
They're broadcasting our website. Yeah, that's what I said. I love Carl, you know. This is dope. So he's broadcasting our website for Black Excellence, and the last event that we did, there Quincy, where he's talking. Carl a bad man. He needs to tell me, forget this this software. It's good.
It is.
It's very good. Yeah, so it's all about Black Excellence. So seeing as he's doing that, let's talk about it. We have a CIC company called Black Excellence CIC, and we spotlight Black-owned businesses. We do different events. Gary's our DJ, but he's also our solutions man. He's our connections man. You do a lot of stuff, and you do it with effort. Just like it's so great to have you around.
Thank you.
Most valuable player, must say. Do you know what I mean? It's because of Gary that we're on Spotlight Radio. They're our broadcaster. There's a lot that you do. I think we've all got the same heart and we've all got the same mission. So it's good that we all align and we've got our best interests and our community's best interests at heart. I've had quite a funny week with it, I'm not going to lie, because I'm on this director's course, where you have to do like a 6-week course. And I'm going to try and do the glass half full approach, because I learned a lot. It's helped me to strategize. Whereas I thought, remember I was saying to you, look, I'm confused and I'm surrounded by doctors and psychologists and this and that and that and this. The psychologists drop off, can't be bothered with it.
What did she drop off?
Dropped off. So, I'll come back to this. And then I thought, like, this must be me, because it's quite difficult to keep up with. Oh, let me share this to the group. I don't know if I've done it everyone today, but it's been quite difficult. Some of the teaching has been quite difficult to keep up with, and so say for instance they would say, well, what's your beachhead segment and what's your white space, and basically what's your target market? So when you come in and you ask what the fuck is a beach space? Excuse my language, Carl, I'm sorry, but this is the kind of day that we've been having. What is a beach space? It's your target market. What's your beachhead segment? So to me, they use language to confuse you. Just keep it simple. It's not been a waste of time, I won't say that, but the hoops that they expect you to jump through for little money, it's not a lot of money. And then they just said today, like, you have to spend, if you are lucky enough to win the grant money, you have to spend it and then claim it back. Blood, if I had $4,000 to spend right now, you think fuming. And it's just these stupid barriers that they put in place. And to me, the moral of the story is, I mean, I'm not saying that I would never do accelerator courses and stuff again, of course, because I've learned and I've met some really useful, great people. And sometimes it's not even about money, it's about the network that you make. So it hasn't been a waste of time. But the more I go on is the more I'm like, boy, you know, I was in the room with one of the directors or one of the workers for 100 Black men. And he was like, we don't use government funding. Everything's done with volunteers and off our own back. And now I'm beginning to see why. If, you know, we're complaining about a particular system that's not inclusive, why we are going to go to the same system to expect them to give me money? If do you know what I mean? And make it. It's not going to be that. So I'm not saying that I won't take government funding, but if it aligns, we'll take it. If it doesn't, we've really got to find a way to just keep things popping and moving off our own backs. And that's the moral of the story. That's one of the biggest takeaways I've got from doing this, because today the Tottenham in me wanted to come out when they were saying what they were saying. Are you bleep kidding me?
Yeah.
Bleep. Boop, boop. That's what's going on in my head. Actual FUCK. What is happening? What? You think if you were told me this like week 2 or week 3, I'd be here? Like, I've got better things to do with my time. So, but at the same time, it wasn't. Like I said, I met good people. So it's been an irritating day. Lots of stupid, irritating things have happened. So after this show, I'm going to bust joke with you lot because it always lifts my mood. And then I've got to go wash after day and start again tomorrow because annoying. But yes, how are you guys? What's going on with you lot?
No, I'm good. Can't complain at all.
So if we get into talking, one thing, disclaimer, if we get into talking about things today, let's not call nobody name.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. The call nobody name on the platform. I don't have time, and my temper's not set up for foolishness, as you lot know. So let's not call nobody name. But yeah, moving forward. How are you? What's going on with you?
I'm all right. Had a bit. I don't know what I done to my bloody right foot, but got up Friday morning and it just didn't want to move. I couldn't down on it. I had to go down and come down on the stairs on my bottom and crawl back up the stairs. And
I couldn't walk for 2 weeks.
Yeah, because I was fine. I came back Wednesday, and then Thursday I just chilled because I was a bit tired. So I was working in my bed, and then I was walking up and down, and then Friday I moved my leg in the bed and I was like, so I'm not feel right, but that kind of hurt. When I went to go down on it, I said, no, Jack, I had to sit back on my bed. And then...
Is that you, Carl?
That's my phone.
Oh, is it you? Okay. Some lovers rocking in the background.
I know.
Yeah. It's it's getting older, I think. There's a lot to do with it. So I saw something on YouTube the other day and it was saying you're not getting old, you're just not stretching. So yeah.
Well, I started to walk. And then I couldn't walk. That just went all out the window. I literally could not stand on my foot properly. On my foot properly. So my neighbor, bless her, she went and she messaged me. She said, "Oh, you're right." I said, "No, my foot. I can't stand up on it." So she said, "All right, then I'm going. Like, let me know if you need anything from outside." There's only a few bits and pieces, but and then today is it today? Yeah, no, yesterday I could kind of walk on it a little bit, and today was the first day I could get stuff done in the house. So yeah.
Angela Sinclair said, "Hi, Shasha Jigger. Hi, Trisha Shasha Jigger. Have a good show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Hope you're well." Go on, Gal. What was you going to say?
No, I said I've been short. I had got a job going at work for another member of staff, so I've been shortlisting. Listen.
Okay, that's the tedious process.
Listen.
Shortlisting.
People are taking the mick. People are taking the mick.
Tell us.
All right, people. And in no Bravado lad, yeah? Across the world. You ever see this, yeah? Now, cool. If you want to use ChatGPT, I don't have an issue, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I don't mind it, yeah? But please, let's do the first thing. Take out the dashes, yeah? Take out the American spelling, people. And read over what ChatGPT says, please. So now, people are trying to like
lazy, boy.
No, lazy is not the word. Yeah, let me tell you, I'm lazy, right? I have applied for this role. Please insert job title.
Really?
You know I don't suffer fools gladly, so I don't even think that's stupid. You didn't insert the job thing.
No, please insert job title. Something. I am good at done something. Inside previous role.
They must have just submitted the wrong draft.
People. I don't mind. You want to use technology? Technology is good, but please read through the things. Yeah, just do simple things. So when it's asking you, so I don't. As I said before, if you're using the chat GPT, like I'm not saying people don't use. Everyone uses it now. It's part of the thing. But come on.
Yeah, let's do better.
Read the thing properly, and take out the thing where it says chat GPT or it says blah blah. Because I'm making me look like an idiot. I'm looking at the job thinking, what am I meant to push you through now? Like, and then one that's got bare dashes every like. Look, come on.
Yeah. I don't know why ChatGPT does that. What it's got against commas? Come on, what the hell? I don't understand why it does that.
Take it out. It's like simple thing, like little simple. So when it's spelled color with the Americans, when it's Haley and Smith Simpson, when it spells in American thing, change it to the English. Simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the thing.
Color's got a U in it. There you go. You mean?
Yeah. I like ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to like rely on my own brain. I don't want to become too reliant on that because it just food finish. Food. Good evening, little Miss Simpson. How are you, Sugar Plum? Good evening, my darling Davina. How are you?
Hi, Davina.
How you doing? I was worried you weren't going to come back after our little to and fro yesterday, but we will be talking about it, so I'm glad you're here. But it's always all love. That's what I like about our group, is that we can agree to disagree and still always be all love. So thank you for being here, Davina. Nice to see you. Verona Green said, evening all. No Abu Dhabi this year. Blood, if it don't make money, then it don't make sense. No Abu Dhabi this year. Them seem like they might have a good time though, from what I have seen. But no, for me, I think when you turn 50, something happens to you. So I turned 50 in April, and I've always been quite driven and focused and all of the rest of it. But when you turn 50, you realize that you got less years on this earth than you have more. And in terms of where I want to be, I'm fed up of this country. There's just different things need to shift. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to go on holiday and I'm not going to enjoy myself. Of course I am. But right now I'm so focused on building up my business and doing because I've got two businesses. I've got Black Excellence CIC with Charlene, Natalie and Gary, and then I've got Diva Choice. So there's a lot to do. And at the moment it's picking up momentum. And I think I'm working until the 22nd of December. And then after that, we can rest. We can see if there's a last minute beach break, little cheeky break we can take. But until then, I need to focus. I really do need to focus. So, yes, no Abu Dhabi this year, darling.
To be honest with you, it look wicked though. I see some of the things, some of the images.
Wait, that's not good. Yeah.
Every year, you know how good he is. Goody's going to step up his game every year. So, yeah, good for them. But me, not do it. Sorry. It's great, but yeah. Fair enough. I'm well, thank you. Hope you're good too. Yes, always good to see you, Sugar Plum. What's Verona saying?
Oh, hold on 2 seconds.
Is that you?
Yeah, hold on. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, you know how it goes. We have to make our money, and because I'm trying to build a life that I don't need a holiday from. That's what I'm trying to do. Just build a life that is every day is holiday, not, you know what I mean. So yeah, I need to focus. Davina, what are you saying? Not the best day today. I wouldn't have abandoned the group over a disagreement. We're adults and we're never going to agree on everything. What a boring world it would be if we did. Absolutely, absolutely, Sugar. Hope you're well. We hope you're well too. Nicole Simpson says, good evening, Davina and Corbin and Verona. Oh, I love that. There's other people watching, but them hiding in the shadows. They don't want to see who they are. Because if you're watching on Facebook, I can see. If you're watching on YouTube, not so much until you comment. So, but yeah, thank you for being here anyway. So, Gal, first topic. What do you want to discuss? This racist woman.
She's not racist.
She's not.
That's what.
All right. Well, let me see if I can get this up. All right. So, let me know if I'm not sharing my screen, because you don't know I think I'm sharing it and then I'm not. So, share screen. Hang on, is it fit? All right, this is the right one. Share. Can you see my screen?
Coming here, it's coming. It's there now.
It's there?
Yes,
all right,
there.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Be important. Would Reform do anything to look at the representation of the demographics of TV and public advertising? Because we're getting to the point now where adverts don't represent what this country looks like, and and actually positive demonisation of white people, just portrayed as criminals or inadequate when they're not portrayed anywhere else. Now, the reason why this is important, we've got a case of art imitates life. Because we're getting to the point where a number of my friends think that we're being discriminated like in employment markets because white men are seen as useless and whatever and just invisible. And there's one financial institution which coincidentally uses a strikingly similar image of Nigel in their advertising for an incompetent, useless, arrogant white male. I just wondered if that's something Reform would look into.
Okay, Stuart, stay where you are. Sarah, what do you think of what Stuart's saying? What would Reform UK do about it, if anything?
I think Stuart's absolutely right. Drives me mad when I see adverts full of black people, full of Asian people, full of, people that basically are anything.
What's wrong with that, Sarah? What's wrong with that?
Well, it doesn't reflect our society, and I feel that your average white person, average white family is like I agree with you, Stuart, not represented anymore in TV.
There are lots of white people on television, Sarah, or they're not. There are lots of white people. There are lots of white men. There are lots of white women.
We're talking about adverts, and how many times do you look at a TV advert and you think there's not a single white person on it? And actually it is. It's something that's happened because I believe of the woke liberality that goes on inside, this sort of like in the arty-farty world. When it comes to, northern towns like Runcorn that I represent, it's just not representative of the rest of the country. Might be fine inside the M25, but it's definitely not representative of the rest of the country. And actually, you know what, people, I'm hearing this more and more, people notice and people will switch off.
A bit left field, this one, but I think it's creepingly important.
All right, so did you send me her apology?
No, I didn't send the apology.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people chime in the comments and let me know what you think about that. Start with you, Gary. What do you think about what she's saying?
No. So,
you want to eat your food, innit?
No. I'm not even saying she hasn't got a point about adverts. I'm not saying she's got a point. My issue is, why do you hate it? Now, you may...
Right.
There may be a lot of black or mixed race couples in the advert, and it may not represent the whole of the UK. I think they did some study about it, and they found that 51% of the adverts had black, Asian or non-white.
1%.
51%.
51%. Okay.
And only like 3% of the country is blah blah blah. So yes, it may be, you may have a point in what you're doing, but why do you hate it? That's a big term to use.
Drives me mad.
Yeah.
Blackface people dip on the screen.
and that thing. So for me, that's the point. But I think the overarching point in it, and I remember saying this to someone I was talking about the other day. Advertisers are not stupid. If you're not selling things, if they're using black people or whatever, Asian people to sell a product, they know that who they're marketing thing to, and it's cool and why people will buy it. Now they're not gonna make other people buy things if they can't buy them. It's just not gonna be constructive. They're gonna make sure that they hit the right demographics to whatever they're selling. That's what I put. So, and being a reformed person, you need to be. You're all about the free market. Now, if it's a free market, if I'm, one of the other things that annoys me about these things is they talk about black or in thingy over there, but see those people, not those people, but people in general, are they using the thing to beat us about black culture? But they love to use words that derive from the black culture. Woke. Like, you lot didn't know enough about woke until people start talking. And now you're kind of taking that word and something like, it's like you lot can use and say, oh, this is what it means for us. So those really I find bizarre. But but she's not racist.
So tell me what the woman said and
the other thing about it, what made me laugh, just cut me up. You've made your comment and you said it with big chest. But now you're backtracking. I can't hear you. You said it with big, hard chest. It wasn't even like I wasn't too sure about this and chest hard on your Talk TV station, and now you're backtracking. I don't the backtrack because basically she didn't mean it in that way, and the words are being kind of misrepresented.
No, she said what she said. She said it drives me mad to see the people them on the screen. I don't answer them. It's not representative of the country. Blah 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 blah. Now, for years, I remember doing this. All started when the Argus advert. Remember when they done the Argus advert and it was all black people and they lost their minds about whole black family on TV. They lost their minds about it. What I've noticed in adverts, it's very much a lot of black man, white woman, black woman, white man. There are some black families in there, but I'm like, we're having this big debate, like, because there's some black people on your TV screen, that makes white men look criminalized and arrogant and like, get a freaking grip, you dumb schmuck. And that's like, yeah, that's me trying not to speak a bit of one piss off Carl. But you're a schmuck. It's so flipping stupid. It's unbelievable. In terms of getting TV programs that represent us and that we are interested in, we still can't get over here unless you're paying for it. You've got to pay subscriptions to watch certain things. Representation matters. And we've got on to a few adverts and they've lost their mind. I can't. So when you're asking me about Abu Dhabi, me I try see it for my future to come out here because I can't. I cannot cope with it. It is so ridiculous. They lose their mind the moment you feel like every time we do a Black Excellence event, I get lots of hate comments. Oh, this is racist. This is this. This is that. We don't have the power to be racist. We are on a back foot all the time. We're trying to build our community. Not only are we fighting against everybody else, but we're still fighting against some of our own that still have the crabs in a barrel mentality. So we've got a lot to deal with. It's only now people are making black dolls. In 2025, we're still having this conversation. So I don't know what to say, but she is racist. So the other cabinet woman, who did you say it was, Gary? Diana? Is it?
No, Dawn Butler.
Dawn Butler. Tell me about that. Dawn say.
I sent it to you on that in the group, and it's it's one. It's got the. Let's see if I can get it up. Nah. Yeah, it's in the group.
Send it to me in the group.
Yeah, and in the Bravado one, we go up, and it's I'm trying to get
Real by UK politics. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
No, Real by Dawn Butler. Let's have a look at that. Let's see what she had to say.
I love Dawn. She's funny.
Do you?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Hang on. It's like, you're racist, but we can't say you're racist. You say it drive you mad for sitting there on the screen, but we can't say that's racist. It's wild. Where did we go? Where was we? Milton Keynes yesterday. Bare flags. They don't want us here. And I'm like, okay, fine. But when this generation leaves, we're not coming back. And we're going to tell everybody don't go there. It's a trap. Don't bother with it. Do you know what I mean? It's a trap. Share screen. But with that said, what's happening in Jamaica has put you to think as well, because that's not. So a lot of respect and love and positive thoughts, and not no doom and gloom over it. May God go with them, but it does think as well. You know, like you might go take your whole life savings, and then Bella was calling it menopause Melissa because the hurricane apparently she's not going at like high winds. She's going at like 3 miles an hour, but she's like taking her time. Destruction everywhere. So Bella's thoughts go out to you, sugar. She's worried about her family, all up in the mountains where hurricanes don't usually trouble. It's troubling them. So yeah, it's there's a lot going on. Yeah, it is sad. So yeah. But anywho, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right.
Turn the volume on.
Yeah.
Saturday, the member for Runcorn and Helsby said, "It drives me mad when I see adverts full of black people, full of Asian people." The member also said, "It doesn't reflect our society." Madam Deputy Speaker, as the MP for Brent East, one of the most diverse constituencies in the UK, you can be black and brown and be British, so I'm completely offended by that comment. It is a racist comment, Madam Deputy Speaker, and can you imagine the constituents of that MP going to see her knowing that she's a racist? Madam Deputy Speaker, these comments appear to be in breach of MP's Code of Conduct, in particular, the 7 principles of public life.
Order. Can the Honourable Lady please reflect on her language and withdraw the remark about another Honourable Member in this place?
No.
Madam Deputy Speaker, that comment is absolutely a racist comment. And if we cannot call that comment out in this House, that is in breach of the Nolan principles for MPs. I appreciate that in this House that we are not supposed to be disrespectful and call members of Parliament, MPs, what they actually are. I don't want to be thrown out of Parliament again.
Come on,
so I will withdraw the fact that I am referring to the Member of Parliament as a racist because of her racist comments. On Saturday, the member for Runcorn and Helsby said, "It drives me mad when I see adverts."
So she said, "I will withdraw the comment for calling her a racist because of her racist comment." Wild on top of wild on top of wild. That
Love Dawn.
all she heard was racist. You can't say that. Right. But she could go on a big platform and say it drives me mad to them.
Double standard.
And yet Britain is not racist. I yeah, I was born here, but I think in a way the racism here is a little worse than what, because it's so undercurrent, it's so oppressive, it's just such a dirty energy here. Like, she was explaining why she was offended, and all the madam woman could say is, "Don't call her a racist."
Yeah,
But
she is.
why because of that? Char, what you got to say about it?
I just hate the fact that when these people in Parliament do things on live TV, that when they're being called out for it, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Well, don't say nothing then.
You did.
Don't. That's what really wound me up. They do it all the time. They as Gary said, they do it with their chest with venom too. Yeah, and then when you're being called out for it, now you wanna draw back from it. No, you said it, so stand on toes. And if you don't want to be called out for it, then don't freaking say nothing at all.
I actually have more respect.
For me,
say, yeah, I don't like you.
For
Right.
me, I'm not even saying how it came, because the guy asked her a question.
Yeah.
The guy asked her a question, and she kind of answered the question. But because she felt in a safe place, she went with her truth. Instead of being a politician and saying, well, yeah, they are overrepresented, blah, blah, blah. Because if you had just said, yeah, I do think they're overrepresented, and statistics show, blah, no one can say nothing because it's a fact.
Right, exactly.
But when you start using your feelings, like, I hate to see it,
strong words,
then it's a different conversation.
It's
a different conversation.
I see it switch on my TV, you know us them. It's only in adverts, so it rolls out across the country. Doctors, police. Natalie said to me, doctors are, for some reason, it struck me in my soul when she said that. But she said, doctors are to black women what police are to black men. It just rolls out. And as we're going on, as Natty B, good evening, Sugar Plum. He says the hate for blackness is real in the UK, and it is. And it just needs to be continued to. But what are we going to do about it? I guess. What can we do about it?
Can't vote them out.
That's the thing.
Because they all feel the madam person who said, "Take it back. You can't call her a racist because you're a racist as well. You are a racist." And like people like Dawn Butler, I suppose we need more of it. But I'm like. Because I remember there was a couple of black people, Donna Murray Turner being one that was running for mayor or something like that in her constituency. And I guess we need more of it. But I'm like, sometimes they put these rules in place to make it sound good, but nothing really comes of it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it just sounds good, and it doesn't have any impact on anything.
Look at Miss Simpson says, but pre-George Floyd, it was nothing but them on the screen, right? It was still predominantly on the screen, right? We can't get our programs, like certain things that you want to watch, you have to pay or get some bootleg stick that never said, and you pay your money, and next thing you know, it just flops and goes down, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you can't even watch your own programs. Like when we was in Jamaica or when I'm in Barbados, and you switch on the TV, you can see a little program. I think Channel 5 is trying to do better now, so we get a little sisters or Tyler Perry on 5. But that is it. We've got such a long way to go in terms of representation, and because we are sort of speaking up, and there is a little bit more of a push for us to be represented and for there to be equality, the white people in this country are melting down. It's wild.
But as I said, the advertisers are not putting black people in there to be for social interest. That's not what they're doing it for. They're doing it.
They know
for
that
capital.
we're the biggest spenders.
They're doing it for capital gain.
Absolutely.
So they're trying to sell a product to you, right? So they're saying, if they thought that no white person was going to buy a product because black people was in this shop, that we wouldn't be in an advert. Me, I tell you so straight. Because
they know that we are
not just us. They know even when it comes down to if you're gonna sell I don't know, if you're gonna sell a tracksuit top, push a Usain Bolt on TV. Everyone loves Usain or Mo doing this. Push him to sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Not this.
They love that. They love, and are you saying anything? That's what they love. If you're trying to market excellence in a sporting arena, whatever, you're gonna put a Sarah McLachlan on TV because she's the greatest runner of all time. You're gonna fling her on the thing. You're gonna fling a
the only acceptable kind of thing that they can see is if we're running around a track in a freaking circle for their entertainment, that's acceptable. If we are running up and down chasing a ball on a pitch and then you're British and it's acceptable. Make you miss a penalty though, then everyone wants to come out and say they're gonna kneel on your neck and all of these things because of I'm like, do you know what? People are always gonna not like people. There's going to be prejudices and racism until the end of time. It is what it is. But what I don't get is why you could just not like me from afar. The same, I stay over here, you stay over there. Why you have to trouble me? I don't understand. The other day, we was in Surrey Keys, me and my mum, trading with Diva Choice. And one man came, we get that sometimes. Remember, was it me and you when in Lewisham, when the white man come and pick up my thing and try it down and say, fling, manhandle my things and say, the African map, why is there an African map on here? You're in the UK, you live in here, don't ya? Why have you got an African map? And have it, and you can't move me. But I didn't pick him up because he was some stupid little old white man and I didn't want him to pop down on my style and stop my tradings. But they are just wild. The other day we're in Surrey Keys, so that happened in Lewisham. Surrey Keys, where we're set up, where we've got our stall. This man, he comes, another white male. So when the other one, the man was saying, "Oh, we are projected in a particular way, and we look like we're arrogant," because you are. Some of you are. There's some great white men out there, and there are some of you that are just criminals and just thugs, and you are. But you're quick to highlight our shortfalls, but nobody can't talk about yours out of here. So anyway, got my stall. And me and my mum's there, and he's got a bike, so you have to dismount when you're in the shopping centre. He's got the bike, and he goes to ram the bike into my stall, but it didn't hit the stall. It just about missed me. And again, I'm trying to, because what I've realised is my temper would land me in jail. At 50, you have to know how to behave yourself. Do you know what I mean? You can't pick up anything. So, like I said, I realised, like, that's real growth. Because whereas before, I would have been like, "What, are you trying to knock down my stall? What are you doing?" I would have confronted him. But I was like, do you know what? He didn't hit me. He didn't hit my stall. Make him go on about his business. But he gave us a dirty look, tried to lick down the stall. He just missed me and my stall by like an inch. And I said, all right, you go on. Because if you did hit my stall today, the beating you would have got with your own bike. Because I would have taken the bike and lashed you with it. And then what happened? You don't make your money. You get criminal record because someone's an idiot. Sometimes you got to just let them go. But know this. Like, you can wave your flag, but this generation and the millennials and all, they're not having it. You're not going to come with your foolishness or your physical violence. It's not going to happen. So you can stay there and eat up your fine clothes, but know what you're doing. Don't take it too far. Do you know what I mean? You know what you're doing. So Little Miss Simpson saying, but pre-George Floyd, it was nothing but them on the screen. I agree. They were and still are predominantly on the screen, but their hatred runs so deep. They can't bear to see us, none at all. But they still want to dominate where we all originate from. Exactly. It's all about power and control. I think there's a little jealousy there. Well, not a little, a lot. I think you don't go to control something that you don't fear. So I think there's a little fear there. And because we're becoming more empowered and there are a lot of movements. She used the word woke, which is a term that I don't particularly think equates to blackness anyway. Because everybody that shouts woke don't mean that they are.
No, but I think it came from like black people talking about people being woke and kind of knowing themselves. That's where it kind of started. Knowing yourself.
We're starting to wake up.
Yeah,
slowly,
so that's where the word comes
got
from.
a long way to go.
But now people are taking it like as a negative. They're trying to use it as a negative. Before it was,
because they don't want you to wake up.
Yeah. Before it was.
You're supposed to be forever getting to it. How's getting to it, Massa? You're supposed to be forever doing that. But now, if you stand with your, you stand with you're confident. I remember many years ago, I was working for East Thames Housing Association, and this white supervisor that I had used to always pick on me. And we went out for drinks. When I was younger, I used to do that. Now I'm like, I don't see why I should spend the little wage that you pay me to have drinks with you, and I don't want to. But now I wouldn't even work for nobody again, because I've said after my last experience, I'm not working for anybody again. But the conversation come up about how I see her treatment of me. And I asked her, what's your problem? And she said, because you are a strong, confident black woman that speaks the Queen's English and looks people dead in their eye when you're speaking to them, and I don't like that. But because I was younger then, I was a lot younger then, I never forget it, but I didn't do anything about that. But see now, you say what? She got away with it then. But that was she didn't like my confidence. How dare you stand up and look somebody in the eye, speak with confidence, speak properly. I don't like that. And she said it with her chest. And she got away with it because, like I said, I was young. But not now. No, you know what you're doing. The establishment is racist. Never forget. The country was built on racism. So now they think that they are where they are. They're putting up their flags and saying, go on, we don't want no immigrants. We don't want this. We don't want that. But, yeah, okay, when we do go, let's see what happens. Good evening, Rosemary Cabidian. How are you today? We aid. Okay, I think you're trying to say, well said, Dawn. Absolutely. And she was being sarcastic. I'll take that calling her a racist for her racist comment. Lord. Because she risks getting kicked out of the house for saying that, right?
Yeah.
Is
but
that
the
what it
one
is?
thing about it, there's so many other black MPs, because we've got the most black MPs and Asian MPs at the moment this year, I think it was, in Parliament. And never I've called anything out, said anything. Like, come on, people. You all need to come out there.
They feel the same way.
Yeah, no, they do. They do. I know a couple of black MPs, and like they do. But they just need to talk up. We can't be letting Dawn take all the flack. You mean? Dawn can't take all the flack.
I could follow her in a minute. But Diane Abbott, she gets a lot. She says, people don't respect Diane, but she's the only one that was calling it out, and she gets kicked out of Labour all the time. So do you know what I mean? And disgraced all the time. And then someone was saying to me when we was in Southside Shopping Centre the other day, and she was talking to me about her experience at Westfield. This lady was talking to me, and she said that there was a woman selling jewelry, and she had a necklace with a map of Palestine on it. And a Jewish woman came over and said to her, you shouldn't have that on your display. And she must have said to the woman, why? It's a necklace. It's not harming nobody. It's my stall. It's my jewelry. Like, don't think that the Jewish woman never writ to Westfield and said that she was being anti-Semitic, and Westfield banned the jewelry vendor from coming back.
Oh my Lord.
This woman can get on a whole network and say, I hate to see them. It drives me mad to see their black face on my screen. And it's fine. She's not racist. She can't say that. So the more, they're just, yeah. It's just what it is. The country was built on racism. From the beginning of time, that's how it, pirates, pillaging, rape, stealing. That's basically what it was, and we're here and we build up your country, and then once you think you've gotten to a point, then it's like, come out. But I want all black and brown people to come out of the country and see what happens. I really do. I do. Little Miss Simpson said, I saw this clip yesterday and I was like, WTF. Don't they remember when she called Boris a liar and they threw her out of the house, only to find out that, in fact, that it was a damn
nasty liar.
Good evening. Natalie's in the comments. Thanks for sharing and being in the comments. Love. Performative allyship. What do you mean by that, Nat? What do you mean, performative allyship? If you're still here, by the way. Okay, so that was Dawn. What else did you send me in relation to this, gal? What else should I read?
I think I put you're sitting that idiot, that Yusuf guy, the Asian guy.
The real by UK politics.
Yeah, I think it is. It's his name. So basically, this guy is the chairman of the Reform Party.
Okay.
Asian brother.
I'm already irritated.
You know who I didn't send you? I should have sent you your friend, Nana Okoko, whatever. I should have said her what she thought of it. She was proper defending it, boy.
She was defending it. Of course she was. Yeah, of course she was. Oh my God.
Nana.
I feel like you lot know that my theories and the way that I think is completely different and deep. But sometimes I think that the real spirit's been hijacked out of some of these black people, and it's just just some spirit takeover, because I don't understand Nana at all. And no matter how much you trash your own community, you're never going to be white.
Thank you.
Not with that wig.
I can't stand her. I can't. Like, I don't even know what I would do if I saw her. Like, if I would just go boo or throw tomatoes after her and little rotten lettuce. I can't stand him. Oh my God. Because there's always going to be some sort of a Judas in our camp that sells us down the line, and keeps us where we are.
And the thing about it, I don't care. Do you know what? See, the thing with Nana, I don't care that she has a different point of view to me. I don't care that she has a different. But sometimes I can see that you're not doing this because you actually believe in it. You're just saying it because you're getting paid, and that's to me. That makes me feel like your thing. So if you have a total different point of view to me, I don't mind that. Literally, I'm like, okay, fair enough, and I can understand your backative.
Right.
Like, so when she was arguing for this woman, she made some valid points, which weren't an issue.
Send it to me if you can find it. Let's see what she's got to say. Let me cuss.
But I didn't. But what she didn't do, which I thought she didn't do, was she didn't address the thing where it was that the woman said she hates. Now, anything else you want to say that her points are right, I can't argue. I can't say that we may not be overrepresented in TV adverts. I can't even say we're not. What I can say is just because we are doesn't mean you should hate us.
Right.
And that's my point. TV adverts. I hate you, and I don't want to see you on my TV. That's what it is. What it is. Yeah. I mean, I can't. I it's I'm still stuck on the woman that's saying don't call her a racist, but
the double standard is real.
Yeah, it's crazy, and they make these laws it's performative. I guess that's what Natalie's saying. It's performative. But you can't. It's like, how can I say it? Like, even with my court case, yeah, because I've spoken about this, I'm not going to speak about it a lot more because I want Black people on a whole to go in there and have knowledge about what this thing is. If you get a fair judge, you get a fair judge. But for the most part, what they are saying is another woman that I know that went through a case, and a white doctor of stature said something wild to her about slavery and the ships and asks why did they come to the UK and why they never get drop off in the US? So some rubbish he said to her. But what they're saying is, in both her case and my case, is it was a one-off comment. So because it was a one-off comment, it doesn't make them racist. So my boss, that at the time, because I dared to say, actually, my workload is ridiculous because I've got no tools and I have to work out where £170,000 worth of debt is with my brain, a calculator and an Excel spreadsheet. That's a task within itself. And I've got to go back 5 years. That's a task within itself. I can't now take on your team leader's role. I can't do that. Because I said that, I'm having a black girl tantrum, but that doesn't make him racist. He's not racist because he said that. It was a one-off throwaway comment. Chin up, take it. It's all right. It's not racist. He didn't mean it. But they make these laws. Racists make the laws to appease you, but they still pass the laws on what's racist from what's not. Even when I was grilling one of the directors during my case, I said to him, do you think that assertive black women that speak with an authoritative tone, do you think we're often called aggressive as opposed to assertive? And he was like, no. So I said, why do you say that? And he said, well, it hasn't been my experience. And I was like, but it wouldn't be. You're a white male. I got into trouble for that and because I didn't pose it as a question. So all of these things came out, still didn't win. Yes, you were racially discriminated against. Yes, you were victimized. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. But this is out of time and that is out of time and there's a technicality here. And so you've got these things to keep people in jobs, not because you really want to have a fair system for black people or Asian people or anybody that really experiences discrimination. I think maybe disabilities are taken more seriously than black discrimination, and it's a fact. So the laws that they have written are not necessarily to protect us, it's just to make it look good. It's performative. Anyway, let's look at what this next idiot has to say. I didn't think the show was going to be all about race, but here we are. We'll move on in a minute. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the issues for reform, indeed all Nigel Farage-led parties, is not necessarily Mr Farage's behaviour or yours, but of some of the people who join you. Your colleague Sarah Potion, the Reform MP for Runcorn, said yesterday, I'm quoting here, "It drives me mad seeing adverts full of black and Asian people." Now, she's apologised, but she clearly thought that.
Right.
How did you feel when you heard that?
Well, I know Sarah very well. I was instrumental in her selection as a candidate, worked very hard to get her elected, and I'm extremely glad that I did. I consider her a close friend, and she's a great MP for Runcorn. She did say those words, and she has apologised, saying that it was a poorly phrased thing to say. But you've got to put that into context. The caller, a gentleman called Stuart, had called in, and I think he was rightfully upset about the massive underrepresentation of some groups in television advertising and significant overrepresentation of others, Trevor. And we have to be able to talk about some.
But these were her words.
Because those statistics borne out by a Channel 4 study.
She went on to say people are switching off, but there are too many black and Asian people on telly. Is she turning off telly now?
No. If you listen, I encourage you to, anyone listening to this,
to
listen to the whole thing. Of course not. I know Sarah extremely well. She's a lovely person. She's apologised rightly because it was poorly phrased, as she said. But as I said, Stuart, who called in about underrepresentation of some people on television and overrepresentation of others, I think is a very valid point we must be able to talk about.
All right. Zia, Yusuf, thank you for your time this morning. And Sarah, if you're watching, stay with us. Right. One of the issues for Reform Indeed all Nigel Farage-led parties is not...
Oh my gosh, I love it. He said, stay with us.
If you're watching,
don't switch off the telly. Wesley Travis, good evening. How you doing, sugar? Unless you're Kemi, you're always going to be viewed as aggressive, that part. Because you have to be, I don't want to use the word sellout, but you have to be.
You know what? I don't even think Kemi's, people talk not Kemi all
Kemi's a
the time.
sellout, like you just said. If she think she agrees with certain things, she's just saying it because she's getting paid. What is that?
No, that's not Kemi. Kemi's different. No, you're talking about Nana. Kemi's the leader Kemi's the leader from the Conservative
the one
paper.
that renounced the whole Nigerianship. That one.
Yeah, Kemi back.
Yeah, that idiot.
I met her once, and I spoke to her, and I remember when I saw her on TV, I didn't really like her, but she wasn't that bad. I mean, it's a bit like Kwasi Kwarteng. I couldn't stand him, but now I think he's cool. He chats sense now. When he was a member of Parliament, you chatting bare foolishness, and that's why I'm saying sometimes these things are. I know you got to toe the party line, but also you got to be yourself somehow and talk the talk. I mean, if you're standing against something, stand up and stand for it. And so Kemi.
Yeah, but then you just get fling out of the house.
Yeah, well,
you just get fling out.
Kemi,
How long is this YouTube video? Is it long, gal?
I've got no idea. I just found that's the way she talks. She could turn it off after a while. You can watch a bit of it.
Let's see.
Well, from she starts talking, you know it's her, innit?
I don't even know why I'm going to irritate myself with it. Why you are going to irritate yourself? Hang on, it's not racist, it's equality.
Is this the right one? Is that the right one?
Yeah, I think so. Look at the state of this dry-faced fool.
Hello, she just looks. She looks mad. She looks mad.
Dear me.
She does look.
This dry-faced muppet, boy. All right, there it goes. Can you see?
Yeah.
Oh Lord,
I pointed this out last year, and it depends on what channel you're watching in any case. I also don't take offence at Robert Jenrick pointing out that he wants to see more integration and is concerned about a lack of white faces because it would have been okay to say it the other way round. My point is this. If you really want equality, if you're allowed to say you want more black people, then you should be allowed to say you want more white people. Personally, I couldn't give two hoots what colour you are.
We're living in a time of what feels like pretty significant social change. And it makes us...
Go to the beginning.
Yeah. Is it? No.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, this is Dope Tech from Wix.
Just skip.
Oh my God.
Good afternoon. It's 9 minutes after 4 o'clock. This is GB News. We're live on TV, online, and on digital radio. I'm Nana Aquia. There seems to be an overstated amount of outrage over people making perfectly obvious observations, although somehow the outrage seems only allowed on one side of the argument. Here's Adra Ando observing a balcony of white people from a white family and commenting on how white they are.
The rich diversity of the Abbey to a terribly white balcony. I'm very struck by that.
There was no real outrage initially after this comment. Those sitting with her even appeared to be in agreement. It was only because someone somewhere pointed out that this could be seen racist that the outrage started. Up to that point, it was perfectly acceptable and no one, not even the broadcaster, urged her to apologise immediately. Here's Hamza Yusuf pointing out that in a country full of white people, Scotland, that a lot of people are white.
That 99% of the meetings I go to, I'm the only non-white person in the room. The Lord President, white. The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white. The Solicitor General, white. The Chief Constable, white. Every Deputy Chief Constable, white. Every Assistant Chief Constable, white. The Head of the Law Society, white. The Head of the Faculty of Advocates, white. Every
you
prison
got the power.
governor,
What's the problem?
white. That is not good enough.
Oh.
No real proper outrage initially. He thought it was a perfectly reasonable and fair thing to say. He wrote it all down and said it. Until someone somewhere pointed out that Scotland is, well, it's over 90% white, isn't it? And of course, let's not forget our friend Dr. Shola. Remember her? She gets a national platform to spew out a load of guff, and that is perfectly fine.
It is not the job of black people and ethnic minorities to educate white people on racism that is perpetrated by white people. Right. White folks need to go educate themselves on the racism they perpetrate. The reason why the racism experienced by Meghan feels so personal and it deeply resonates with a lot of people is because it's symptomatic of the culture of racism in the United Kingdom.
But dare you be brave enough to comment the other way round? There's hell to pay. Here is Robert Jenrick pointing out an observation that in a predominantly white country, there is an area that white people are in the minority.
In the hour and a half that I was filming with news there, I didn't see another white face. And that's not the kind of country I want to live in. I want to live in a country where people are properly integrated. It's not about the colour of your skin or your faith. Of course it isn't. But I want people to be living alongside each other, not parallel lives. That's not the right way we want to live as a country.
Yeah,
The outrage was off the scale. The point he was making is that he wants to live in a more integrated society.
Sorry, Gal?
It just goes on that thing. But I was saying,
she's just going on and on. Right.
Yeah, but for me, and this is the point that she's missing, I think she's missing, not one of those comments she showed did the person say, I hate sleeping. I don't. Well, one of the comments
drives me mad to see them.
All they said was, I go to spaces where there's lots of, and it's only this, it's only that. They didn't say, I don't like. See, and even Robert Jenrick's thing, even I didn't like, he went to Handsworth and was like, oh, I'm in Birmingham, there's lots of black people. Don't lie, yet you didn't see another white person, because you did. I've been to Handsworth. There's a couple of white people always walking around the street, you know what I mean, hanging out with black guys. Yeah.
Nana has that position because she's a non-white saying what they want. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
Absolutely. But we can stay on this topic. We have done for an hour.
Yeah.
And we can stay here forever. Moving on to So I didn't get to watch this video, Gal. The person went to the court case.
Yeah, the guy went to the court case and was and kind of went through what happened. It's only part of it. So he doesn't show the actual accident. All it shows is what happened and what he's been charged with and that type of stuff.
All right. Should we take a look? How long is it for?
It's only a couple of seconds. It's not like
a couple minutes. All right. Yeah. Let's share my screen.
So we should talk about it before. Talk about it before you share it.
Yeah. All right. So
explain what happened.
Go ahead. You do.
You
was just about to do it. Go on.
Go on. All right. Okay. So, if you don't know, had an accident. Well, had a hit and run last week, where he hit somebody and he killed the person, and then drove home, and said that he didn't realize he hit somebody. The person died. And lots of people are commenting on the speed he was going at. So he was getting excessive speed. I think it was something it was like a side road, and it was like 70, 80 miles an hour. It's some super speed on the video. And lots of people are commenting about another black man has gone down, going to prison for dangerous driving and this, that, and the other. And just being, I don't know if everyone's being super negative, but some people have been like, it serves him right, and some people are trying to show him some love and say he's made a mistake.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. And because there's suspicions, they haven't said it, of drink or drug driving at the time. So
yeah. All right. So I was never really a fan of it's gotten better, a lot better. So but I didn't know who Gets was or Gigs or any of them. I know Stormzy, I know Chipmunk. Who else we know out of the English rappers?
boy better know BBK Skepta.
I know
Skepta,
I know
Jamie.
I knew Skepta, Natalie Power's brother, I can't remember what his name
Jammer. Kano.
Yeah, Kano. So there's a couple of them that I knew.
Yeah,
Dizzy Rascal.
I think, but see the thing, the grime artists. So they're it's kind of you've got the grime, and now you're kind of going into the drill and now the trap. Yeah. So it's kind of different artists. Certainly got.
Is it Lisa Mercedes? Is it Lisa Mercedes? Styler G's baby mum. I think she's really good. But to be fair, I'm not really a fan of
rap.
It's like now I am, because talking the hardest and up in the palace. What's his name? Gigs. I like a couple of his tracks.
But don't I didn't know who they were. Don't you like Central C? Like Dave and them are the kind of new artists, like Location and all those tunes, which are big tunes. If I played you Location, you'd be jamming.
I probably might know the tune, but not necessarily. Yeah. You don't know it. I live in my own bubble. I say this to you lot all the time. Is I live in my bubble. I know music, but English rap is not my first choice of music. There's a couple of I like Deneo. Obviously, I know who Deneo is. But to say that I know, they're not my generation either. They're like a good 10 years. They're Natalie's people. Yeah. So before I knew, because Natalie knows Gets well. She grew up with him, and she knows him really well. And I read what happened, and this is where me and my friend got into a little bit of a two-tarte, because I posted and I said, God bless both of their souls, because in my mind, if you hit somebody and you kill them, that's going to be on your conscience. That's going to eat you up. Not only that, I just watched Supercell the other day. So to say that I even knew when I watched it that it was Gets that was in Supercell, I didn't know. But I watched it, I thought it was brilliant. But then when I started to piece it all together, it was like, oh, okay, interesting. So you've got a lot to lose. So I posted and I said, this is sad. May God bless both of their souls. And that caused a little bit of, so let me share my screen a bit.
Tension.
Caused a little bit of a, because me and Davina, we disagree, but we tend to agree most of the time. Sometimes I don't agree with everything she's saying and vice versa. But people have got really strong opinions about this. So then yesterday I came to the group and I was talking about it, and then when I spoke to Natalie was like, remember I told you I grew up with Gets, and she knows them all. Natalie knows Styler G, all of them, but she doesn't really brag on it. I forget that she knows them because she doesn't even really talk about it. So what she was saying is, because in my mind I was like, mate, that means you've thrown away your whole career. You've killed someone, so that's going to play on your mind. May God carry you through and you don't lose your whole head, because them kind of things can drive you mad. But then when I posted that, hang on, let me see if I can, let me share my screen. Let's read the comments. And then you lot tell me what you think after we read the comments. So share screen. Yeah, I think this is the one. Can you see?
Yeah, go on.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Let's go to the comments. So, hang on. All of the comments. Davina said, bless both. Nah, he chose to get into a weapon, drive it at a ridiculous speed, plow down a young man, and then didn't even have the decency, care, or consideration to stop. He drove off like a coward in hopes that he would never get found out. My sympathy lies only with the victim and his loved ones. Stopping to check on someone you just licked down shows remorse. What he did in the aftermath was intentional and shows no remorse whatsoever. Let's normalize calling a spade a spade. But Davina, you do make for good debate, McGee of that boy. Melissa says there was no remorse. He knew he was drunk when he got in the car. Jonathan said, bless both their souls. I assume you're talking about the guy killed and his dad, not his dad. You lot, it's no Bravado crew funny, you know, sarcastic and funny. So I said, Jonathan Conway, I said what I said. Causing someone's death is huge. Nobody's excusing that. If he did this on purpose, trust me, my stance would be completely different. But I don't think this was on purpose. No one's going to do that, especially at the height of their career. But if this was a tragic accident, the guilt alone is a life sentence. I can acknowledge the family. What's this now? I can hear in the background. I can acknowledge the victim's family and also recognize that if he truly didn't mean for this to happen, he's going to carry that weight forever. Praying for everyone doesn't mean removing accountability. It just means understanding that more than one life has been shattered. Yeah. So then Davina said, accident implies remorse. He showed none. But we don't know that. I think he panicked. I said, accident does not automatically equal a remorse. You're right. His actions after the collision matter just as much as the collision itself. I agree with that because he should have stopped. Leaving the scene shows lack of respect and accountability in that moment. All I'm saying is, if this wasn't intentional, which we know it wasn't, the weight of knowing you've taken a life is something he will carry forever, whether he shows it publicly or not. There's legal consequences and there's emotional reality that hits when the noise disappears. I pray for the victim, but can still recognize that living with that guilt will be a punishment of its own. Both truths can exist at the same time. So Davina said, I hope the guilt eats out his backside. He's not a child. He's a grown-ass adult who knew better than to drive at excessive speed. That decision was intentional, and we all know accidents happen, but we also know should one occur at that speed, the result could be catastrophic. He chose to ignore the little nugget of knowledge, and if it ever transpires he was drinking, I hope they throw the book at him. If it were a loved one, if it were your loved one, would you still feel the same? I posted a story to my page a couple of days ago about two sisters who decided to race each other recklessly. One of them had 3 passengers, young men aged between 18 and 19. She lost control, crashed, and the 3 young men were unalived. Her and her sister decided to drive recklessly, which resulted in this horrible tragedy. Was it their intent? No, but their intent was to be reckless. I don't care if it was an accident. From a young age, we know right from wrong. If you choose wrong, then you get no sympathy or empathy from me. When the result is a loss of an innocent life, I reserve that for the victim and their loved ones, as they are the ones who really deserve it. I said, of course, if it was a loved one of mine, I'd be angry. I'd want justice. I'd want answers. In the heat of that pain, I'd want someone to blame. It's human reaction. But here's the thing. The internet loves piling on before all of the facts are out. We take anger, mix it with assumptions, and turn tragedy into a public stoning. If he was reckless, if he was drinking, if he fled to avoid consequences, the law should handle that properly and firmly. No excuses. However, there's still a difference between malicious intent and catastrophic lack of judgment. One is murder, the other is a mistake with irreversible consequences. Both deserve accountability, but not the same measure of hate. You're right, the victim and their family deserve the deepest sympathy, but acknowledging that doesn't mean that we have to strip someone else of the humanity in the process. Justice should come from the truth. Until it's clear, I'm not joining the pylon. Everyone can make a wrong move that can change their life forever. coming from a fast driver because I tell you this is gonna calm my ass down though. I don't drive fast on side roads because we've got, I'm going to be called anti-Semitic, so we better watch my mouth, but we've got a lot of toddlers that run around here unsupervised. Sometimes they just be in the road, so I drive slow around here because I don't want to lick down no one's kid. But at the same time, I do drive fast. I do not adhere to the 20 mile an hour speed limit unless you're behind someone who is. I'm not. So Jonathan Conway says, "I'm not in the Let's All Hate Gets club. I grew up to this guy, and musically he's a G. But I'll be honest, it feels like there's mad support for him, like he's the victim. He done a mazza. Let's just acknowledge the wrongdoing where someone's dead, and not look at multiple angles about both sides and sitting on fences." I was here for it yesterday. I don't usually go back and forth, but I don't like pylons, and I don't think he did. Like, he didn't say, "I'm gonna get up and go and kill someone today with my car and mash up my whole Netflix career." He didn't say that. It's an accident. I don't think it's right what happened, but at the same time, we are quick to tear people down and stone them and lynch them, and I just don't like it. So I said, I agree with you. Wrong is wrong. Treating him like he's a victim because he's a celebrity is wild and shows the kind of world we live in. Someone has lost their life and that shouldn't be brushed aside or overshadowed by fame or fan culture. But at the same time, and the reason I made a point of saying I don't even know who these people are, it's not that I'm a big fan. I'm just figuring out who they are. I don't know Gets's tunes. I know a couple of Giggses. I don't know Gets. So it's not that. I'm just thinking as a human being, yeah, tearing him up is not the thing either. That should not be brushed aside or overshadowed by fame and culture. But at the same time, the public pylon is wild. People switch from support to savagery in 2.5 seconds. It's like society not building people up just to tear them down twice as hard. Accountability is necessary, dehumanizing isn't. For me, this is anything can happen to anyone. One reckless moment, one stupid decision, and your whole life changes. That doesn't excuse the damage caused, but it reminds me that punishment doesn't need to be lethal. Some victims, the victim deserves justice. Gets deserves the consequences. There's space to acknowledge the tragedy fully without joining a mob or pretending he's some misunderstood hero. Both things can be true at the same time. I think the dust settles and this is going to drive him insane. And that's why I said, God bless his soul. He's going to need it. Anyway, we go back and forth. Davina says it's a cowardly act. If he didn't flee the scene, I would have agreed with you. He didn't. So he deserves all the levels of hate for that action alone. His decision to flee has nothing to do with the internet. I'm struggling to understand why you would include that. The actions alone show his character. Forget the speed and anything else. By fleeing the scene, it shows exactly who he is. Him fleeing is the truth, not made up by anyone, as you say, piling it on. Speeding was the wrong move, not the cowardly act after. That cowardly act was the intent and the one that will be the nail in the coffin at the court. Just to be clear, I'm no sheep. I form my own opinions. We're not going to agree, so it doesn't serve going back and forth. So on that note, I bid you a pleasant evening. I was like, bid you good night too. Okay. So anyway, I said I mentioned the internet because here we are on the internet speaking about the matter. And a lot of what's being said about him right now isn't measured criticism, it's pure hate. Yes, fleeing the scene was cowardly and absolutely deserves legal consequences. I haven't defended that once. But acknowledging that doesn't mean ignoring the way people online turn into judge, jury, and executor with zero nuance. Calling that out isn't excusing his actions, it's recognizing the environment where the discussion is happening. You're right about one thing though, we're not going to see it the same way. I can condemn his choices and still believe the level of dehumanization I'm seeing in the comment sections isn't justice, it's judgment disguised as morality. But I respect the fact that you formed your own opinion just like I formed mine. Enjoy your evening too. And then Davina was saying that part to Jonathan. So then afterwards I spoke to Natalie and Natalie was like, do you remember I was telling you that I know him and we grew up together? And she said, trust me, I know his heart. He's got a good heart and he is the public opinion. He's going to beat himself up 10 times more than anyone can do it because he's got a good heart. He probably fled the scene because it was just panic. And no one knows what they're going to do in situations. We can all have an opinion, but, you know, I was explaining to Natalie about my brother. Like, he made some stupid choices in situations where he felt under pressure, but I knew his heart. So everybody would say, oh, he's this and he's that and he's this and he's that. Yeah, he might be. But when you're under pressure, no one knows what they're going to do. What do you guys think? After that long explanation.
Well, a couple of things I would say, though. Someone was saying about how he was drink driving. Well, you don't know what he was doing and what he's doing. And what he says, and believe him or not, is he said he didn't realize he hit somebody because he was going that fast. He thought he clipped a car, clipped a car, and that's why he drove off. He didn't think he actually hit a person.
So he was not gonna pay for the people in paint work.
Yeah, whatever. He thought he knew he hit like a car
fox or something. Yeah.
He hit a car. He said he thought he hit the car. That's what I think he said. So he doesn't know. I mean, believe him or don't believe him, whatever. I mean, I'm assuming you would have heard a big scream or whatever. But yeah, he said that's what he said.
Now, if you get hit at 70 or 80 miles an hour, you ain't got time to scream. You're dead.
You probably hear something. So I just think that he's. It's sad. It's the whole thing's kind of.
It is sad because it's two lives. What two lives done?
I've done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's there. He's there by himself, probably in a cell now, thinking about what's happened and not even thinking about his career. Is the thing thing. And then it's not like he went out. It's not like he went out intentionally to do damage to a person, but that's the end result. And for that you got to feel for him. Well, and when I mean feel for him, not like you like, oh, if it's you got to be kind of like set up a GoFundMe for him, but you need to be like thinking, you know what? If that is me and I run someone over, I remember I run someone over one time, a young boy.
Did you?
Yeah. And
really?
It weren't my fault and stuff. So I was driving in on what's that road? Not 4th Street, Hertford Road. So I was going Hertford Road, and there was a bus. So I drove, overtook the bus, and some school you run from in front of the bus. The car. My heart was. The boy jumped up and said, I'm all right, just ran off, shocked. The bus driver looked at me and goes, ain't your fault, brother. Like, literally, my heart was
Yeah.
I was. So, I wasn't drinking or nothing like that. I wasn't even going super fast, but the boy hit our hard. Because he ran in front of the bus and, So he probably got home next day, he probably got bruises all down his side, whatever. But it scared me. It scared me. So
exactly, Wesley. Exactly. And everyone is quick to judge, but anyone can make a life-changing mistake and deserves to be punished by law. No winners here. Everyone's off. This guy's at the height of his career. I feel sad for him. He made a stupid mistake. I would like to think if I hit somebody, I would stop. Because I think the hit and the run is Davina's right about that. That's the part. Like, you should have stopped.
But if he didn't know, he didn't know.
Say about it, you know.
If he didn't know, he didn't know. If he didn't realize, he didn't realize. Because someone showed me the video, and he weren't going at 10 or 20 miles an hour. That just me. It was like maybe 60, 70, and on them type of roads.
Right.
And there's no way. If that boy is walking slow, fast, or he's no way he would have seen that boy in time. No way.
Okay.
Right.
There's not a chance. When you're driving them speeds, not a chance. And that's why people always moan at me. You drive so slow, because I just don't want to lick up nobody. I just don't like it. I'm not a fast driver.
Yeah.
If I do a 70, you're lucky. And then even if I do 70, I'm 70 too long. I start slow down a bit. And say, you know what?
Yeah. This has definitely put me to think, because I don't know if I want to watch the video, Wesley, because I think it's going to traumatize me.
Nah.
I think it's going to traumatize me.
Yeah, I watched the video.
I was going to watch it, and I thought, you know how you carry things, like nobody watch it. Hang on, what is this? You, Nat? Okay. Natalie saying, contrary to public opinion, I know this man properly for years. No one's going to condemn him more than he eats away at himself. No excuses. The worst judgment call, which led to a plethora of worse judgment calls. No excuses for him at all, but he would defo pay by justice system and his own conscience and integrity. So from what you're saying, he's got a good heart. And I think, you know, as I said to you last night on the phone, that I think that all of his day ones need to let him know that you got him right. You know, everybody just needs to speak out for him, because even not at that level, even at this level, you have a disagreement with somebody and then everybody wants to pile on. Like, it's happened to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, they go with the most popular opinion and everybody pile on you and like chop off your head and crucify you, because you might not be in the most public opinion anymore. You're not in public grace anymore. So ditch you. It's such a fickle world that we live in, so I think it's important for him to know that his day ones are out here rooting for him. I think he's got a lot to think about, and I think he needs the support. Condolences to the young man's family. May this young man rest in peace. He didn't deserve to die like that, but I do not. If he got up and said, "Man, a bad man," and shot him in his face or something like that, I would have nothing to say. You know, go. You understand? But there's a lot to be said about driving fast. It's something for me to think of, because I drive. I'm known for it. Gone. Do you know what I mean? I count to 10 when I'm behind someone driving at 14 miles an hour. The other day, I overtook someone because they were driving really slow, and my mum's diabetic and her sugar was dropping, so I wanted to get her home to get something to eat. Anyway, he then decided that he caught up with me. I overtook him, and then he caught up with me at the lights and then sped up and got in front of me and then drove at 10 miles an hour. So I'm flashing him because you're not in a hurry, but I am. So when we got to the next set of lights, he was like, he rolled down his window. So I was verbally abusive. So I rolled down my window and was verbally abusive. I won't say what I said because can't. But I was verbally abusive. And he was like, "What, do you want me to get flashed on the road?" I was like, "You purposely sped up and slowed down in front of me. Like, if I get flashed, that's my business." My mother's a diabetic, you prick. I cussed him out. I need to get home. You think people have got time to play games on the road with you? But then after watching this, boy, we might just adhere to the speed limit, y'all, because it's not worth it. On side roads, I go slow because kids tend to run out, chase their ball and stuff like that. But I hardly adhere to that 20 mile an hour, slow down at the camera and on again. But yeah, no, it's something to think about. It really is. What do you think?
What I didn't like and was very disgusted at is that they say people in glass house shouldn't throw stones. Unless you have been in that situation or you know what it feels like to be drunk or if you smoked, whatever not, don't be casting, negativity on this guy. As everyone else has said, he will have to. This is going to be his biggest thing on the brain. Is the fact that he's killed somebody. Yeah, no one knows. No, those who don't actually know him are going by what they put on the internet. Yeah, so unless you can actually say, unless you've been in a situation where you can say, well, oh, I did knock someone down. This is how I felt like Gary has done. You don't know what you're going to feel, how you're going to feel if you knock down somebody. You may be in such a panic that you just think shit and just speed off, not intentionally, but your mind has gone 10 to a dozen. Yeah. They say, what I was saying is, there's a difference between something happening and something happened. Yeah. Unless something's happened, you don't know how you're going to feel.
How you're going to react.
You don't. It's like death.
I'd like to think that I would stop because I wouldn't want to be left on the road like a dog to die.
Yeah,
but man up and face or woman up and face the consequences. But I would like to think no one knows what they're going to do until it happens. But look at Miss Simpson saying something that's quite interesting, actually. She said, I've heard he's got a track where he actually said he will do exactly what he has done. Ooh, that's not going to go well for you in court then. I'm not familiar with his music, so I can't quote the song title, but if this is correct, it would seem almost like a premeditated reaction.
Songs. People always talk foolishness in songs, though, don't they? They're things they don't actually mean or do. Part of that part of the thing, innit? That's part of the world. That's part of music and braggadocious. Like, yeah, I'm a killer.
It's bravado, innit?
Yeah, stone cold killer man, do the man, feel it. Means like, yeah.
Meanwhile, you ain't killed shit.
Yeah, he's killed shit.
All you've killed is a bag of chips. Do you know what I mean?
And the thing is, well, he's gone from living in this big house, multi this fancy lifestyle, and now where is he? He's in a cell. So I do have sympathy for him because he, at a split second, he has changed his life, not intentionally,
not for the better either.
But he's changed his life. So all of what he's worked for has just gone. So whatever time he does serve, when he does come out, if he can rebuild himself, I'll be praying for him to do that. But if he doesn't, go on.
Oh no, you finish your sentence.
But if he doesn't, that's going to be another thing on his head. So yes, condolences to the family, and I heard that was their only child, make it even worse.
Ouch.
Their only child, but at the same time, there's two sides here, and I'm not one of those people going to sit on the fence. Yeah, but please, if you've not been in that situation before, you can. I'm sorry, and I will say this with my chest high. You cannot say what you would do in a situation until you are in it. Right. Please don't, because it's not. It's wrong for you to say. It's wrong for you to say that.
Do you know what the thing is, right? And this is the reason why, for me, things are usually, and I'm not talking about this situation, but from my opinion, if you haven't been doing like smoking weed or smoking drugs or done something wrong to get in it, most people would stop. If you've done something wrong, if you know you're feeling a bit, did I tell you I got pulled over by the police last week Saturday?
No.
For what?
The black man in the Audi.
Man, a bad man.
Like, and you know what? It's safe. I hadn't done anything, but I got proper worried. So I was driving down the A21 going towards Hastings to do a little DJ gig I had. So as I'm driving, I touched my phone, like to scroll on it's on the cradle, and I wanted to see the football score, so I just kind of scrolled across on the thing. As soon as I touched the phone, woo! I thought,
yeah.
So I'm driving now, so I go to pull over, and they kind of pull over with me, but there's a left-hand turning, and he's indicating left. So I thought, oh, wicked, they're getting in. So I drove past the left turning, and then he pulled up behind me. So I pulled over. So now I want to record the interaction, but I don't want to touch my phone. So I pick my phone off the cradle, put it back, like, what do you don't touch it. Like I've done something really wrong. So the guy, he comes up to the car, one pizza. Are you Gary?
Where you will be from, blood?
I'm like, huh? Are you Gary? I went, huh? Are you Gary? So I said, yeah. No problem, mate. Your car, there's lots of cars like this get stolen around this area. And because this is Hastings and you the car's registered in a different county,
right.
just want to scan your VIN number just to make sure everything's all right. So I'm like, is that okay? I'm like, huh? So he scanned it and jumped up to control.
Dummy, did you pass your test? Because all you're saying is,
Because I was like, but my reaction before, like when I was younger, I was ready for the police. I would have tapped the phone, had it, but now I haven't been pulled over for like 30 years. I'm not used to it, so you don't know how you're going to react. I would be like, yeah, I'm going to put my camera on, I'm going to call them and be all off-key, like bossy and think, but I just lost everything. So, like you said, Charlie, you don't know how you're going to be in individual situations. And yes, if I hadn't done anything wrong, like I didn't touch my phone screen, I probably wouldn't have been as boomy.
Yeah.
But I know that's 6 points on your license and all them things there. I mean, so you kind of, so you don't know what you're going to be like until you are.
You're going to be,
until you be.
Exactly.
You're under pressure. But going back to the comics. Oh, Natalie's here. Oh, bless.
Second, sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
You just popped in to give you 2 pence on this topic, yeah?
Yeah, I'm typing, but it's not coming across because obviously my big thumbs.
For real, they are, aren't they?
Shut up. No, what I was gonna say is it's no making excuses for him. So I think everyone just separates the fact that you are having a different opinion on certain things doesn't mean making excuses for him.
Right.
At all, because none of us have got to speak to him yet. So none of us know what was going on. None of us. I've not had a chance to check in. No one's had a chance to be like, bruv, are you mad? Like, what happened? So I don't know. I honestly can't say this or that because I don't know what that was. But I know the person.
Right.
So even though, like Gary said, with the rappers, he's got loads of raps. If you look at all of them rappers, they all do. But I'm telling you now, he never expected to be in this position.
Yeah, standards.
He never ever thought he was going to have to.
Come on.
Yeah,
he's not going to make a track saying I will lick down people and then come and do it at the height of your career. It's dumb.
No. Like it was clever wordplay the way he did do it. Like, you know what rappers do? They just do wordplay and stuff like that. There's loads of them that have done loads of things that you think, okay. But like I said, it's no excuses for him. No one's making excuses at all. And really, my concern as a mother of a 23-year-old, even though the boy was 20, whenever I hear of like kids dying or anything, it really hurt. I can't.
Yeah.
So it was very hard to hear, let alone hearing who it was from, who was the cause. But I can put my hand in fire because I know him that well. And I don't like I know him like we speak now still. Do you know what I mean? It's not an old friend. And this is like 20 years plus. As a person, I don't understand what's happened because it's completely out of character. He's a very deep spiritual person. But all I can honestly say and put my hand in fire without speaking to him, no matter what it looks like, because you don't know what shock or panic and what all the other things can make you do. One foolish act can lead to 10, 20 more foolish acts because of the one. But unfortunately, for this foolish act, someone lost their life, and there's no taking away from that. But it doesn't matter how everyone judges him. It doesn't matter how much scrutiny he gets. It doesn't matter that his career's over. I'm telling you now, he's not thinking about that. The fact that someone's died and it's a young blood, like it's like a young person. I'm telling you now that it's going to. He's not inhumane. What he did made no sense. What he did was inhumane, but as a person, that's not who he is. So who knows what that was?
Right.
But I will advocate and say I don't know what that was, but that's not who that person has been for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that was, and I'm telling you now, if he's taken a life, it's gonna mash him up.
Eat him up.
contrary to what everyone else believes or thinks, contrary to what it looks like, contrary to what the evidence that's been put out to social media. When you know someone, it's easier for you to see different contexts behind different things and what could have been going on. But I don't expect other people who don't know him. And I think why people are getting upset, why are people taking up for him? Because the people that are in the industry is people that know him. So it's a shock to all of us. So the reason why there are people, because people are like, no, guys, you don't understand. He's not that guy. He's not this monster. So what was that? No one knows what that was. But he's just a monster who is just that. Nah, like you can judge him and you can say, look him up and throw away the key and whatever. But no one's gonna judge him more than he's gonna be judging himself. He probably said no comment because he would have been told to say no comment.
Standard. You better say no comment.
That's standard. He's in a panic. He's in shock. If he was smoking weed or whatever, he made the stupidest decision. I wish I could beat him up. Yeah, like are you mad? I don't know. Like I said, I would never sit here and say he did it because I have no idea. No one knows what the fuck was going on in his head. But I know it's not a thing where he's like sad ting, mad ting, don't care. Like I just got to cover. I know that especially now that he's in there and he's by himself, he's going to pay for it. So if anyone's panicking or worried that he's not going to pay, he's going to pay for it and some. His torture. His own self-torture, let alone the justice system, is going to get him. Trust me.
Before we had this conversation, because me not really knowing who they are, coupled with the menopause, when you started to say, remember I told you this and that, and I was like, yes, but I never knew. I don't know.
You didn't know who it was.
Me don't know. Do you know what I mean? I know who Stylo G is, but I don't know who. I didn't know. Even when I watched Supercell, I didn't realize that the guy in Supercell was Gets. I didn't realize that. I just, this is interesting. Could you imagine if all of us had our superpowers in the hood for real? You know what I mean?
Been through a lot. He's been through a lot, and he's worked hard on himself from a teenager. When we were teenagers, young, he's done a lot of work. He's done a lot of good, but unfortunately, this just F's up everything. And Mike, obviously, I feel bad for him. I feel really flat about it because I just feel like it's such a loss, all the way around. But I think people need to focus more on the Boyce family, as well, because it's been made out of a media circus of Gets, and I think. If I had a child and everyone was just using it for like clickbait and stuff, do you know what I mean? And like just using it as a storm, which I think a lot of them blog pages, are doing to rise up their views. That's someone's child. Like whoever posted the video, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like. And I always say that. This isn't because it's good. I say that about everything. I don't watch them things. I never have. I don't engage because I take things on too much. So I just don't need that. But I think the main thing is I can't imagine how the family are feeling. But if people want me to have a certain reaction to Get, I'm not going to publicly flog him out over the Galleria. I'm sorry. I'm not advocating, and he's 120 million% wrong. But again, I haven't spoke to him. I don't know all the facts. I've seen everything, but that's one thing I've ever seen from him. I don't know what the fuck that was, so I'm not going to thingy. But he's wrong. Yeah, he's wrong.
That was that was what I was basically trying to say. That I've got many layers to me. So some people would be like, she's just a demon bitch from hell. And then other people like you lot that know I'm really sensitive and really soft. And I watched the squirrel getting knocked over, and then all the cars just kept coming and bouncing it. And I cried for the squirrel, let alone a human being. So I know if I was to hit, I'd avoid pigeons when they're in the road being stupid. I will bib them. I won't just run over them, you know, because it's life form, let alone human being life form. You're not going to do that. So I know it's going to eat your mind. It's going to tear you up unless you're completely cold and ridiculous. So that's where I was coming from. Like, oh, bloody hell, God bless both of their souls, because families lost their kid, but the person who's got to live with it, it's more torture, I reckon. But Wesley Travers is saying definitely don't think he was intentional. He needs support, especially from his peeps. So like I said to you on the phone yesterday, and that find out where he is, write to him, let him know you lot have got him. Davina says, I've seen firsthand the devastation that speed does.
So why my first cousin, when she was 4, the day after my auntie's wedding, 2 days after my auntie's wedding, her, Cheyenne, and her sister and all that were bridesmaids. The day after, she was killed from a speed driver at 4. My first little cousin. So I'm not unsympathetic to it at all. Again, and that was in Ilford.
Right.
That was in Ilford as well. So I me too. Like I 100% get it, and I understand the outrage. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, for people that not understanding why certain people are like, how could you even think about Gets for 1 second? That's the reason.
Right, because people do know him and know what his real friend, know who he is, what his personality is and his character is, and they're not going to demoralize that. There's no need to do that. Then they said, if you've never been in a situation,
go on, Charles. Sorry, no, go for it.
People who like to make judgment on other people because they've made a mistake and unfortunately somebody's life was taken, please don't, because if you've never been in that situation, you will never know what you will do.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example.
I don't have no remorse for is you do pedophiles, your rapists, like
right.
Fuck them. But because it wasn't a mistake when you took out your penis and raped a kid, or vice versa, because women molest boys all the time as well. So like taking away people's innocence consciously. To me, if you consciously do something, then for your business. But I think, I think him fleeing the scene is what's got everybody saying, "Well, that was cowardly." Blah, blah. I get that, but I also think panic and fear can make you do some real stupid shit.
Whatever he was under the influence of, I have no idea.
No idea.
Well, the thing he hasn't been charged with
is drink driving.
He hasn't been charged with drink driving.
Exactly.
He's just been charged with reckless driving.
Yeah.
When you watch the video I sent, the clip, so the guy went to court and heard and he says what he's been charged with.
All right, let's watch it quickly. Share screen. Let's see what he says.
It's a circus show at the moment. I think that's what's hard to watch.
Yeah. Bless him. Oh my God.
This is court case, and I'm gonna explain to you guys what happened. Justin Clark Samuels, aka Gets, court case started around 11 a.m. this morning, 27th of October at Barkingside Magistrates Court, where I sat in attendance with friends, family. His father was in attendance, and ITV News, and myself.
ITV as well.
Gets, aka Justin Clark Samuel, attended the case whilst being escorted by 3 prison guards, 2 males, 1 female. The judge began by asking Gets to confirm his full name, date of birth, and current address. As it stands, Gets is being charged with death by dangerous driving.
Right.
The prosecutors explained that Gets knocked over the individual and threw him up to 60 to 70 feet. He was left bleeding from his head. A member of the public went to help once they saw the individual on the floor with his items scattered in the street. He was bleeding from his head and he had a pool of blood beside him. The member of public said he was non-responsive, so they began to give him CPR until the ambulance came. He had 2 collapsed lungs, fracture to the brain, and suffered cardiac arrest. A motorist who witnessed the incident gave Gets' car registration to the police.
Right.
Police then went to his address hours later, and he seemed to not remember, and he asked the police, "What car was I driving?" They searched this house and found the key for his BMW, but they couldn't see the car. They then searched the local area around his house and found that the car was parked away from his property, even though he had a parking space on his drive. The CCTV at his home address showed that Getz was the only person to get out of the car wearing the same clothing on the night. They saw the significant damage to the car with a cracked windscreen and missing side mirror that was found on the scene and was linked to his vehicle.
Right.
He was then taken to Islington Police Station. They also took a mouth swab which was positive for cannabis, and a breathalyzer, which was also positive for alcohol on his breath. He said that his car had collided with another car, but the motorist obviously saw different. CCTV from the petrol station on the same night of the incident shows Getz get out of the car, fill up petrol, and go to pay. It shows he was the only person in the car as he walked away and locked the doors. Police also accessed cell site information that shows his journey along the roads that the collision had happened. He was interviewed by police and gave a no-comment interview all the way and gave no access to his mobile phone at the time. The prosecution then went... There's a lot to cover, so follow me as I will be posting a part 3.
So you're not getting
Okay, so I
followers.
just...
You're not getting a follow. Just get you gave me the bit I needed to hear about the court.
Yeah, follow me for more thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. But I said what I said. God bless both of their souls. May God go with the universe, whatever you believe in. Yeah. Okay, no, so I was just reading something. Yeah, may God go with both of them, and I hope that he strengthens his soul and his spirit to get through this. It doesn't look good based on what they're saying. Cracked screen, missing mirror, doesn't look good.
Well, he's not. That's the thing. He's not denying that it happened.
If you thought you hit another car, your windscreen's not going to be cracked. But then it sounds like he didn't remember what happened.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And if he was drinking, and you've gone out, you've got a bit drunk. Do you know what? Have any of you seen the film The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Yeah. He thought one thing was happening, and then they say what actually happened when we smashed into a whole bag of shit. But he thought he drove home perfectly.
His car.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
there's a level of all of us that thinks we're a bit invincible.
Cool.
What that was, though, that was a wake-up call. Because I will drive home if I've had a little drink and I feel fine. I think I'm all right. I'll drive home.
Yeah.
And so what it does, and everyone's done it, where they just feel all right, or they drive fast and think, but I've got control. Either way, I think what it does is it makes everyone remember we're not invincible. Anything can change in the drop of a hat. And actually, even though you think you've got control or you think you've got this, don't chance it.
Yeah.
And that's definitely... And I don't do it often. I used to chance it a lot more when I was younger. I don't do it now. I can speed sometimes when I'm ready, as you know. But it has, like you said, it's made me just think, no, it's not even worth even.
Just do the 20 miles an hour, boy, and call it a day.
28.
I remember one time on 28.
Because that 20 feels like nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's unreasonable.
The worst thing ever. But when things like this happen, then you realize why they've because the speed is just not the one. Well, go on, Charlie. What was you going to say?
I remember on the motorway, and it seemed like for me. It seemed like a lifetime that I've seen before, but it was like for literally 2 seconds. But that frightened the shit out of me, and I had to wind that. I had to wind down the window. Turn the music up. I literally sing it to myself to keep myself awake. And from then I thought, no. If I'm tired, fuck it. I'm not doing it.
And if you had killed someone in that moment, you would be up for hanging. You'd be irresponsible. You'd be a demon. But we all know that you're not.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? So I think it just reminds you, just don't take no chances. Don't take
Yeah.
those chances. And
it's just one time. It's just that one moment, really, and it's unfortunate. But he's gonna need a lot of support.
look at Karen Huger. Karen Huger, right, from Potomac.
Yes,
right, went to prison,
driver.
but she went to prison for drink driving because she's done it more than once. Yeah,
Three times the first
she's gone
time.
into a tree. She's gone into a pole. Whatever. She's a national hero.
Yeah.
The difference between her and Getz, I don't know if he was drink driving, and her taking that chance is he killed someone by accident. It wasn't a tree. It wasn't a pole. It was a person.
Yeah.
She's a national hero. So what I'm saying is, people make these stupid mistakes, but unfortunately, very unfortunately, not even for Getz, but for the boy himself and the boy's family, his mistake cost their lives. But if you're gonna have that stance on reckless driving, I think everyone needs to have it across the board.
Yeah.
Whether you hit someone or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there's all the chance that you actually causing a death because you've been
reckless.
because you've been driving.
It's reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's reckless. But
yeah, I don't run behind the wheel if I'm drunk. I don't touch the car if I'm tired now because I've fallen asleep. I remember one time I was in the car, it was with Goody actually, and I started to drift and he said, "Where I go?" And I went, oh shit. Because I was drifting. I started to drop
Where I go?
Yeah.
Don't you lot remember the thing happened this New Year's just gone? That black girl in clapped on Leebid Road. She went to New Year's Eve. This year New Year's, she went to her party with some friends. She didn't want to drop her friend home, but she said, "All right, cool, I'll drop you." She dropped her home, and when she was going back to her house, she fell asleep and then ran into the front of the bus and died on Leebid, at the bottom of Leebid Road, Bella Park, and crashed right into the front of the bus. Mash up and things like sleep. I mean, I've done it a couple of times and I'm driving. Like, do you know the worst thing about it? When you go home sometimes, because I live in Stanmore and stuff. When I drive when I'm raving in certain areas and drop my friends home, and then I get home and I'm in bed. And when I wake up, I don't know how the hell I got home. I don't even drink alcohol.
Just so tired.
I don't know what happened. I can't remember nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, and you don't even drink.
Yeah, I don't even drink.
Yeah.
Well, that was my 2 pence, guys.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. I didn't expect to see you today, and I'm glad that it came from you because I feel the more people that are out here trying to give a measured sort of opinion on it, and people who him, this is your brethren of what, 30 years? So did you say 20, 30 years?
About 20 teenagers, so late teenage age.
Right, so about 20, 20 plus years. This is your brethren, and you know him, and you know his heart. So the monster that he's being painted out to be, he's not.
I mean, and to be honest, Supercell don't help it anyway because he's a kind of
he's a villain in it, isn't he? Yeah, he's the villain in it. But people have got to learn to separate flipping
fact from reality.
From fiction.
This is going to make it harder.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said to you yesterday, I think that his day ones need to reach out, find out where he is, let him know that we're rooting for him. God bless him. I said what I said. I stand by it because before I even connected the dots that this is who Natalie has been talking about and who this person is, I was like, that's gonna nyam him alive. Because if you've got a conscience in your heart and you're human, it will. It definitely will. So God bless them both.
It's done for him. It's done for him, not because of anything anyone's saying, not just because of the time he spent in jail, just because he will never be the same.
Yeah.
It's done for him. He's never going to be the same. He's a very sensitive person. He is a very highly thingied person. It's going to mash him. I'm very, very just like, it's very sad. That's why it's very sad all around, because it was just unnecessary that two lives are lost. I'm telling you now.
Yeah. I mean, my mum has always said it, like, she always feels sorry for, like, say, for instance, if a guy murders another guy, she feels sorry for the murderer's parents as well as the parents.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
on both sides, it's just devastation on both sides. Regardless of who pulls the trigger, it's devastation on both sides. So,
That's what my brother Mark Prince, his son got killed, Kyan, and he always says that he thought at time off he said he feels for the boy's dad's son because because it's not just one life gone, in it. Everyone's life.
And psychologically, why did your child do that? That your child is still here, but you don't know them. Your child is still here, but you don't know that person, and they did that, and there's still going to be a level of you that wants to protect them, because as a parent, that's how you feel it. You know, I don't know. It's a horrible world, and I just pray for everybody
that's
involved
in it.
Genuinely.
Heartfelt wishes going out to everyone involved, for real. Well, it's 2 minutes past 10. We did have more topics, but we actually got caught up on that racism one for a while. So we'll draw a line here. But thank you for all of you that joined us and contributed. And there's
I've been on the street. This is my 4th one, isn't it? In a row.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say nothing because we might not see you next week now. But this don't count. It's only 10 minutes.
I'd like to say that.
This one, you know why this one don't count?
Go
you know
on.
why this one don't count, Natalie?
Go on.
Because you've got nothing in your mouth. You ain't eating, so you're good.
You know what? This is going to be TMI. But I got a funny stomach today.
Congratulations.
A very tricky stomach today.
Congratulations.
Pure lemon water.
Good night, Davina. Night, Davina. Night, babe. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you all. Little Miss Simpson, it's always a pleasure. I love you to bits. Thank you for all that joined. Wesley, I can't remember who else, but everybody that joined: Wesley, Rosemary, Natty, Veronica, all of you, Angela Sinclair. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next week at 8.
Peace out.
Night.
Peace. Bye, my favorite people in the world. I love you all.
See ya.
Bye. Bye. Bye.